Welcome to the Kindness Principles podcast. I believe kindness is a cultural strategy that empowers people to create meaningful lives, healthier relationships, stronger organizations, and a world where everyone can thrive. My name is Cindy Smarsh, and I'm really glad you're here. Hey, everybody, thanks for being here. So, I have a new book that has come across my lap called Why Workplace Wellbeing Matters: The Science Behind Employee Happiness and Organizational Performance by K.I.N.D.N.E.S S and George Ward. And so far, what I found in this book is very much what I have found in my research in the last year and a half about workplace well-being being strongly related to the relationships people have at work and feeling like they matter. And so I want to share some of the research that is shared in this book to really put a pin in a lot of things we talk about here in the Kindness Principles podcast and about people first cultures and the importance of real connection and so forth. So they did a study, or they share a study called The Quality of Workplace Relationships Across the World, and studied or surveyed over 25,000 employees across 37 countries. The employees had a wide age range between age 21 and 64, 37 countries around the world, and asked them about the quality of their relationships with their management or bosses and the quality of their relationships with their workmates and colleagues. And I want to share with you where the United States lands in this survey. So in 37 countries, we ranked 17th in terms of workplace relationships between employees and managers. And we ranked 25th in terms of, or I think I said that wrong. No, I did not. 25th in terms of relationships with our colleagues. So we are in the middle or lower in terms of relationships at the workplace. And yet in 2026, in Gallup's poll, they said that 3 of the factors around employee loyalty or engagement is feeling their work is recognized, feeling they have really good connections at work, and that someone in leadership truly cares about them. So, in other words, something that people value in the American workforce is feeling connections with their colleagues and feeling like they matter to their leaders. And this survey reflects that we're not doing that it's just not happening. So what is the deal here? Why is this so important to people? Why isn't, a good paycheck and advancement opportunities and things like that, why isn't that what's really, really the glue for somebody at a workplace? Well, I mean, those things are important, right? And there's research in this book that reflects that as well. Of course, we need to make a living, and the more money we can make, the better, right? And chances for career advancement is always exciting for people as well. We all understand that. But where we're getting fed, what's really going to feed us as human beings is being connected to other people, real connection with other people, being seen, being heard, being known, right? Being known for who we are, not just for what we do. Like we're a person with, feelings and ideas and wants and needs and hopes and dreams. So let me read you a paragraph from this book that explains this. Among the various aspects of workplace relationships that are strongly associated with well being, a sense of belonging typically comes very near or at the top of the list, regardless of what data set we look at. What do we mean by a sense of belonging? In a survey run by our colleagues at Indeed, workers were asked what would make them feel like they belong. And what came out of this deep dive is that employees want to feel like my company cares about me as a person, that they have friends at work, and that they understand how they impact other people and teams in the organization. Also indicative of belonging were conversations with coworkers about things not related to work and invitations to informal social events outside of working hours. And of course, invitations to important internal meetings. Somewhat related to a sense of belonging is also feeling that the workplace environment is inclusive and respectful, which typically features heavily in regard to quality relations as well. And so, we spend so much time at work. I think that's part of it, is that so much of our lives revolve around work that we need our humanity to be a part of that experience, right? Not just tasks, not just doing, not just responsibilities, not just getting it done, not just producing, but feeling like we have a sense of togetherness and that we're making an impact together and that what we're doing every day, all day long, actually matters, is making a difference somewhere, and someone's noticing it. Someone's appreciating us. Someone really sees us and what we do. So this study that was done, that I shared, was done by the International Social Survey Program, and reported in 2025. So very recent statistics there, very recent data there. So, what I am a coach, a consultant, and a speaker, and what I focus on is helping companies reduce employee turnover and increase employee engagement, and just raise the quality of the culture in an organization, no matter what size you are. And one of the things I use is the kindness code framework I created that's based on research. And this research I've shared with you today absolutely aligns with all the other research that I have found when I developed this framework. And so one of the aspects of the work that I do with people and teams and so forth and leaders is the concept of significance. Significance is creating a culture at your workplace where everyone feels significant and that they are making a difference, that what they do really, really matters. And there's lots and lots of ways that you can do this, but I just want you to think about that word, significance. Because when you can bring significance into your workplaces, this is very kind. It's kind to your employees, to your team. It's kind to your customers. It's kind in the environment. It's kind to everyone. Because when someone feels like they are making a difference, I mean, we're wired for service. Biologically, human beings are wired to be kind and helpful to others. That's our DNA, our built-in DNA. And so when we're doing that, when we're truly connecting with other people and we know we're serving them, we feel good. The chemicals in our body, the feel-good chemicals, are sparked and raised, and we literally feel good. And then the neuroscience of kindness tells us that it's actually contagious. So if you have one team member feeling really good, serving, feeling significant, feeling the connection, feeling like they belong, and then you have other colleagues seeing that person in that state of mind and in that state of activity, it's going to be contagious. And then it's just going to keep rippling out. And the whole team, the whole organization will begin to feel it and live it out as a concept. But it starts with the leadership, right? It starts with those of you who are in charge, who are running teams or running organizations. And so you're really the tone setters for the quality of the relationships in the organization. So I want you to ask yourself, how can I bring significance into this work environment every single day? And you might feel daunted by that, but just to get your ideas rolling here, you don't have to move a mountain to have someone feel significant. You just need to see them and notice something that they've done. So if someone has brought up a really good idea in the latest staff meeting, you might pull them aside, or next time you meet them in the hallway, say, hey, I really appreciated the idea you brought to us on, at Tuesday's staff meeting. Thank you for that. I'm really chewing on some of what you said there. Or way to go on that project last month, so-and-so. I love the results you got, and I'm so excited for our customers' great response to that. Or, maybe you see someone and haven't, taken a coffee break, and he or she looks very tired and you notice that. You might say something to that person like, hey, are you okay? How are you today? You don't seem quite yourself. Anything I can do to make your day go a little easier? Things like that, where you're really noticing. Or if you hear some news of someone's family, something about their family, whether it's celebratory or very difficult, you might stop and say something to that person. So that's one way. Just those simple little interactions is one great way to begin to support a culture that includes significance, which is very, very kind, and everyone wins. So let's see what we can do as a society to build on that and get our workplaces feeling better. The quality of the relationships at the workplace is better. So we have greater employee engagement, and we have less turnover, because this is kind for everyone, kind for everyone. So, and if the bottom dollar is your greatest concern, I'm telling you, if you have teams full of people who feel like they belong, that they're a true part of the organization, and that they're making a difference, the bottom line is going to improve as well. So thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe to our show and share this episode with anyone who can benefit. If you'd like to learn more about how the kindness principles can change your life, please DM me on LinkedIn. And thanks again for listening.